Hello, and welcome to the spoilerCast, the show where we talk about movies, new and old, and we don't care about spoiling them. And I've been looking into our metrics, our data a little bit, and realized that most people don't listen past the first minute. So I'm thinking, you know what? Let's just get right into it. Today we're talking about Infinite, the new Mark Wahlberg trash movie.
Oh, so it's not that new anymore?
Well, what'd you say, June 10th?
Yeah.
I don't believe you. Not at least not here in Sweden.
No.
Because I didn't see an ad for it until August.
No, but like America.
Well, yeah, America, of course.
So.
But I know I saw Jeremy Jahns reviewed it like in August, so I don't think it was. Maybe it had like a super limited theater run. I don't know.
Whatever.
Well, here in Sweden it released on Paramount Plus, and we just got Paramount Plus here in Sweden, so.
Basically, yes.
Yeah. Oh, and also a quick review of Paramount Plus, at least the Swedish version. It sucks. Don't get it. You think you're gonna get Comedy Central and Showtime and a bunch of stuff. You think you're gonna get Star Trek. You get no Star Trek except for Into Darkness. Comedy Central has like 20 or 30 shows. That's it, and not the good ones. Showtime. Well, Showtime has a bunch of good stuff, but most of that is already on HBO Nordic here in Sweden. So forget Paramount Plus. It sucks
if you're Swedish.
Yes.
Don't know about the rest of the world.
Yeah, sure. But they had a 7-day free trial, so I could watch Infinite for free, and that's why we're reviewing it. Basically, yeah. No, this was your idea. This was your idea. Can you please explain why we watched this?
Because I saw the like poster, I guess, on our TV. Because apparently we have Paramount Plus on our TV. I did not know that, or it's like part of our channel package, whatever.
Okay.
And I saw Mark Wahlberg. I saw a bit of the trailer as well, and I saw Dylan O'Brien. I was like, I like those actors.
Oh yeah,
let's watch this.
I'm pretty sure that's because when Dylan O'Brien is right there in the beginning of the movie, I was like,
yes.
Oh, that's why you like Dylan O'Brien.
He's a great actor. I can't believe he's not in more movies.
He's a good actor. And that's definitely true. And we have talked about him being a good actor before on the spoilerCast. Please check out our Love and Monsters episode, available on all major platforms, including YouTube.
Maze Runner episode? No, that's on
right. The Maze Runner as well. That's true.
No, that's
But more recently, Love and Monsters.
Yes. Yeah, but that's the only reason I wanted to see it, to be honest. Well, I didn't really read into what the plot was, but when I saw them fighting and looked like it was cool action, I was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah. I saw the trailer a while back, and I liked the trailer at first. Because the trailer's the interrogation room from the beginning of the movie.
And when the car crashes in and
by the way, since we just started off so quickly, this is the spoilerCast, so we're gonna spoil stuff. That. Yeah, if you haven't watched the movie and you don't want it spoiled, don't listen to this. But please stay. I mean, spoilers. It's not a good movie, so at least I didn't think so. So you're not missing much by listening to this. In fact, you're saving yourself about an hour of the time, because we'll be talking for about an hour, and the movie is almost 2 hours. So hour 46. Anyway.
Also, in the trailer, you see more of Dylan O'Brien's character. And the whole crane fight.
Oh, maybe I just shut the trailer off then, because I did not see that.
I think there's 2 different trailers.
Oh, okay, because the trailer I saw was the interrogation room. It starts with it's Mark Wahlberg and Chiwetel Ejiofor, and he's like interrogating him and asking all these strange questions and sitting down with little objects on the table, like, is this yours? And he shoots a gun at him every time he doesn't. He says, "I don't know," but the chamber is empty. It's a revolver, and I'm like, "Whoa, what is this?" He start talking about, you know what this is. Tell me what this is. And I was like, "What is going on?" I was super intrigued. And then when he touches the last object, he starts getting flashbacks. And then they like start explaining like, haha, you have lived 1,000 lifetimes, and you have memories from hundreds and hundreds of years ago. But you must now tell me what everything means. I was like, oh, you just told me the whole movie. What the fuck? So that, yeah, and then the car comes crashing in through the wall. I was like, yeah, fuck this, and I turn off the trailer there.
Trailer. I think I saw another trailer.
Oh, okay.
Where they don't talk as much. They just like, oh, is this yours? And he's like, I don't know. And then you don't see much more. And then you see the crane fight, and you see something else I don't remember really. Like, that looks cool. Looks like cool action. And to be honest, I thought the movie had cool action.
Yes, some of the action was really good. Some of which was kind of, I mean, now that I think about it, well, first of all, before we start talking about the action, before we start what's good and bad about it, what is the movie actually about? Let's talk about the actual plot of the movie.
Well, it's Evan McCauley, played by Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Being picked up by the, I think they call themselves the Infinite.
Well, first it gets picked up by the Nihilists.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
My god, there's a demon behind you. Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, Rebecca's cat just looked up from behind the couch and her eyes were glowing.
Well.
And she yawned, she saw her fangs. Anyway, sorry.
Well, yeah, he gets picked up by the Nihilists first, and he gets like questioned, and then he ends up with the Infinite, and they tell him that he holds the secret to saving the planet, basically.
Yeah, saving the planet,
saving
the
mankind,
world,
everything.
And the Infinite is, of course, a collective of people who can't die, or they when they die, they get reincarnated.
And they remember their past lives.
Yes.
So they remember all the skills and all the
everything they learned, basically.
Yeah.
Which we'll discuss how that can't work in reality, but how Evan McCauley's situation, because he can't remember. He instead suffers from like schizophrenia and like general mental health issues.
Yes.
And he like hears voices, but then yes, that's your past life. But because he was in a car crash, he's got a metal plate in his head, which is like blocking his memories. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, or something.
So when he gets picked up, and he, of course, he's the only one who knows the secret to saving the world. So they need to find him and make him remember both the bad guys and the good guys.
Yeah. He ends up with the good guys.
Yes. I thought they were going to do like a bait and switch where the good guys are actually the bad guys, sort of like in Assassin's Creed, which we'll get to that in a little while, but this movie is heavily influenced by a bunch of stuff, including Assassin's Creed.
Well, probably the same things that Assassin's Creed and a bunch of other things are influenced by.
Oh, sure, yeah. Ancestral memory and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's...
It doesn't feel fair to say it's...
No, but there's a lot of
similarities,
and not just like ancestral memory and stuff, like literal similarities.
Yeah, I guess.
Like the egg.
Yeah, that's true.
Or I mean, the piece of Eden.
Or the apple.
Yes, the apple.
Switch the produce.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the plot. So they have to make him remember, so they can find this egg, which is the MacGuffin that will destroy the world.
Yeah.
Before the Nihilists, as they're called, find out where it is. And that's basically the movie. And then you have some car chase, some sword fights, a little bit of explosions,
some gunfights.
Yeah, that's it. And I've already said what I thought. What did you think of the movie, other than the action?
I thought it was entertaining. I'm not going to say it's a great movie, but for pure entertainment, yeah, it's good. It keeps, like, very simple, an almost hero's journey, but not, like, the classic hero's journey. You know what I mean? Like, the classic, basic action story.
It's a basic action movie.
You have a good guy, you have a pretty girl, you have... the tech guy, and you have the weird guy, and you have the brute, and they all have a mission, and they go fighting each other, and yeah,
Yeah.
good guys win.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler. Big spoiler. Well, I have to say, I thought it sucked.
Oh no.
Like I said, I did enjoy some of the action, especially towards the end when they like stopped trying to like take it too seriously. The action became very over the top in the last like 20 minutes,
Yeah.
which I enjoyed that. But in general, first of all, the movie, like I said, we already know the big mystery from the trailer. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, that's
And it's not like, well, that's just the beginning. We'll find out so much more in the actual movie. No, that's it.
yeah.
They can reincarnate and remember stuff, so that's why they're good at fighting and good at like anything, computers,
Yeah.
biology, whatever they've done before, they can remember and make it better. That's it as far as the twist to the narrative. So it's all spoiled in the trailer. That's why I didn't like the
Why
trailer.
I seldom watch trailers nowadays because I just feel like they ruin everything,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
but at least sometimes it doesn't ruin all of it. Here
No,
it
no, no,
ruined all of it.
yes.
Um, and then the movie starts with a voiceover. You have a voiceover by I can't remember his name. Mark Wahlberg. Thank you, the Wahlberger. And he again just explains everything. Like, there are some people in this world that can reincarnate. They can live hundreds of lifetimes, accumulating knowledge. And they have decided to use this knowledge to benefit mankind. But there are those that think that this is a curse. They're called the nihilists, and all they want to do is destroy the world. So now we have to fight them.
Yeah.
That's literally the first minute of the movie. And I was like, stop telling me everything. Stop ruining the movie. Why should I watch now? I already know what's going to happen. But then we do get into, I think it's the 80s, right? They're in Mexico City.
They don't say a date. They just say the last life or something.
But it feels like the 80s because he has a tacky 80s Ferrari.
Well,
I don't know. I just got the feeling it was the 80s.
Also,
I don't know why.
They said the last life.
No, wait. That doesn't make sense.
Life.
Huh?
I just that detail bothered me that it said like the last life. It's like, don't tell us that.
Yeah, well, but we already knew everything. They already spoiled everything. So, hold on.
Yeah, but it would have been more of a like when they tell him that but this was you before, and they show us Dylan O'Brien.
No, wait, it is 1985. Well, that makes no sense because Dylan O'Brien. We see Dylan O'Brien driving through Mexico City, in a Ferrari, and he's talking to some other people.
Abel and something.
All right, Abel. Are you sure?
Well, yeah.
The guy with the beard?
Abel. No, but he's talking to
the people who are driving in the other car with the girl.
Yeah.
That opening was.
The character's name is Abel and Leona. Tom Hughes and Joanna Ribeiro.
Oh, there. Oh, sure. Yeah. And then later in the movie we see that he fights Bathurst, who's the bad guy, Chiwetel Ejiofor, but in his past reincarnation, which was played by Rupert Friend, it says.
But you never really see his face.
You never really see his face, and he looks much younger than Rupert Friend is. So I don't know. But at least
I mean, Rupert Friend looks kind of young,
I guess. But it says on the IMDb, Rupert Friend is credited as Bathurst 1985. That's why I thought it was 1985. Yeah. But that doesn't make sense, because that means that Evan McCauley, who is Treadway reincarnated, was born in 1985. Mark Wahlberg is not. That would mean that he is supposed to be 4 years older than me. That's he is not 35. He's like pushing 50, and he actually starts looking like he's pushing 50. Well, he doesn't look bad, but he does not look like 35 anymore. He's born in 71. Yeah, so that's just weird.
Yeah. See, I only found like one review on YouTube, And all the comments were like, why didn't they put Dylan O'Brien as Evan McCauley
Yeah,
and Mark Wahlberg as Treadway? That
yeah,
makes more sense.
that would have been better. Yeah, I would have.
Eh, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I don't know.
I honestly think the movie might have like been more well perceived. What's it called? Well, more people would have watched it.
If it was Dylan O'Brien, no.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg is much more of a bankable name. Um, unfortunately. Well, here's a couple of reviews. From people I've never heard of.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, anyway, sorry.
Anyway, where were we going?
No, oh, yeah, I'm
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg is supposed to be
30,
30-ish
35.
something.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
just weird.
Yeah,
That's
agreed.
the first thing, and we've talked about this before. I guess it's a nitpick. He could pass for
Hang on,
35,
though.
I suppose.
That makes no sense.
Uh-huh.
Because Rupert Friend's Bathurst, when does he die? And when is... I cannot pronounce his name.
Chiwetel?
Chiwetel? When is he supposed to be born? That's a miss,
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
think. Because he looks older. Even like the way they portray him in the movie, he seems older. Oh well, yeah, he's also born with all the memories at once.
Yeah, which
So maybe
might
that's just
make
ages him in general.
deteriorate. Yeah, I don't know. He's technically he's born in 77, so he's 6 years younger than Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, but when like the character, when does the
Oh,
Rupert
sure.
Friend Bathurst die, and when does
I,
he reincarnate?
I don't know. So
That's
you see
detailed,
that
sorry.
doesn't make sense. That
No.
None of that makes any sense. Like they're supposed to be like when you die, since children are born all over the world, like literally. Now a baby's born.
Literally all the
another
time.
one there, another one there. That's
Yeah.
just, so they can they reincarnate instantly after they die.
Yes.
But they still have to be the same age. I mean, if he died in 1985, he should come back as a 35-year-old, not a 49-year-old, like Mark
Well,
Wahlberg
yeah,
is.
because he's gonna age.
He's gonna age
same,
35
like-
years. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't change that.
So that's the first problem. Like, none of that makes any sense, and that also like why is, cause the girl, whatever her name is, the blonde lady, Nora Brightman, is
Yeah.
that her?
Yeah.
Why does some character have last names and some doesn't?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why is
And
her
Treadway
name?
is the last name. What's his first name?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, she's supposed to be the girl in the car that explodes below the crane, right? Because Dylan O'Brien, he jumps out of his car onto a crane, where he then later in flashbacks fights Rupert Friend. And
yeah, she is in that life. So she dies the same day that Dylan O'Brien, Treadway dies.
Yeah, but she's much younger.
Nora and Evan should be the same age.
Yes, but she's born in 1990. She's she's 5 months younger than me.
Yeah, I know.
How does that make sense?
It doesn't. That's just the same problem as Hollywood's always had, though. They don't cast people their age in the right age.
No, but come
You just
on.
cast them.
She's barely 30, and
I know.
she's supposed to be the love interest, sort of.
The last big movie she was in that I can think of was Kingsman, where she plays a teenager, basically.
I don't remember Kingsman. I know which one it is, but I don't remember her. I've only seen it once.
She's Roxy,
I don't know who that is.
the only one who's like left, basically. Whatever.
I don't know who
But
that is.
she's a teenager. And that's
Sure, yeah.
6 years ago.
But also, when she's in the car, this is in the beginning of the movie, we see them being blown up. The guy who's driving the car they're in, I guess that's Abel, Tom Hughes.
Yes.
They hold hands and say, "I'll meet you at the beginning."
Yes.
But later in the movie, so you kind of like, they had a connection, they were in love or whatever. But later that is she says that I am spiritually connected to Treadway, to Mark Wahlberg's character.
Well,
So why did he say I'll meet you at the beginning and not Treadway?
no.
Or do they
She's
say that to everyone? Or
I think they're all kind of spiritually connected in a way because
I definitely felt like a bond between them and not between Mark Wahlberg and her.
Nora and Abel, well, Leona and Abel, they are in love, and they've been in love for many reincarnations. She tells him that in her room when he looks at all the pictures.
But didn't she talk about Treadway?
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention then, because I was pretty
she
sure.
Was broken because the last time, well, Abel wasn't able to be reincarnated because he was trapped in one of those dethroners.
Dethroners, yeah.
Weirdest name ever.
We'll get to that, yeah.
By Badhurst, or someone like it, on his team at least.
Okay.
So he was never reincarnated, and therefore she felt like lost or something.
Oh.
And did not catch that in the movie.
No, I gotta say I spaced out a little bit because I was so bored. Okay. Towards the end, I was contemplating just starting skipping with the 10-second forward button, like, blip, 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 through all the action, so I could just get to the story, so I could understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Good.
Okay, so she's not in love with Treadway or Evan McCauley or whoever he is.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
They did have some sort of connection though, because they've lived multiple reincarnations in close what's it called?
Proximity.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, because in the end, when you see the two spoilers, I guess the two Asian children.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's supposed to be Mark Wahlberg and Sophie Cookson.
No.
No? Who are they then?
That's Abel and Nora.
Oh.
Because Mark Wahlberg's Evan, he's reincarnated as the Asian.
Sorry. Yes. Okay.
Sword.
Well, that's super confusing. Why have a love interest that's not in the movie, and also will not appear as the same character? How am I supposed to have a connection to Abel when I've seen him like for 1 minute in the beginning, and then he's another person in this ending of the movie?
Because she explains it in a room that we always say that we'll meet in the beginning, and the beginning is that.
Yeah, that place, that temple.
That palace temple thing in like India or something.
But that's so unimportant to the story. Why not make
very unimportant to the
Why
story.
not make Treadway or Evan McCauley? I'm gonna say Mark Wahlberg, because he
the main character.
The main character. Why not make the main character and her a love interest? Like,
I actually like that they didn't do that though.
Yeah, but it's so confusing that she's in love with someone else, and in the end, she reunites with him. Like, what? Why should we care about that?
Well, we should disclaim that this is based on a book.
Yeah, that was
this probably makes
explicitly written to be a movie, which is kind of gross. Yeah.
Because D. Eric Maykrantz or something, he wrote the book. And then Todd Stein made the screen story, and then Ian Shore made the screenplay.
Yeah, but this is what it says. This is from IMDb, but I've read several similar stuff on other places. The movie made its way into Hollywood through crowdsourcing. The movie is based off the book The Reincarnationists Papers by D. Eric Maykrantz, I think it is.
Yeah.
He found it difficult to catch the attention of a literary agent that would sell the book to Hollywood. He wanted to sell the book to Hollywood. He instead then crowdsources his agent hunt by offering a commission to his readers for anyone who could get this book into Hollywood. By putting that commission, which was 10% of whatever he would get for the book, he would give that to a reader if they could make it, if they could get it into the hands of a producer or someone.
Jesus. Okay.
And by putting that commission on the first page of his book, he's like, "Hey, thank you for reading my book. Could you make producers read this in Hollywood, please? I'll give you money."
Make this a movie.
Anyway, he empowered an army of readers to get his book onto the big screen. 18 months later, 18 months is all it took. He received an email from a Hollywood assistant director who found his book in a hostel in Nepal. In 2017, Paramount Pictures bought the rights.
What? Okay. But when you're reading the synopsis of the book, it doesn't really match with what the movie is.
I didn't,
Because
yeah, I
the
haven't read the
first
book or anything because I didn't know
the
about the.
first two sentences are haunted by memories of two past lives.
Yeah, I
A
know. Yeah,
troubled young man stumbles upon a centuries-old secret society of similar individuals and dares to join their ranks.
yeah.
Discovered in an antique store in Rome at the turn of the millennium, the I cannot say that.
Reincarnationist.
Reincarnationist Papers offers a tantalizing glimpse into the Cognomina, a secret society of people who possesses total recall of their past lives.
Yeah, I'm guessing. First of
And
all,
he's supposed to meet someone called Poppy, but she's not in the movie.
yeah, I'm guessing that the book is written like someone has transcribed the history of the cognomina onto paper, and that's why
That's
they're and someone found these papers, and they're called the reincarnationist papers. I don't
yeah.
think the book is actually about Evan Macaulay fighting on an airplane with Bathurst.
Tim used to say that Evan Michaels, so they changed his name,
Yeah,
struggles with being different, with having the complete memories of two other people who lived sequentially before him.
yeah.
He fights loneliness and believes his condition is unique until he meets Poppy, who has lived who is much older and she's remembering 7 consecutive lives. uh, and then she shares with him that there's a society just like them, with people just like them, and they are in fact near immortals.
Oh,
They're not actually.
well, that's another thing that they don't explain.
And in the book, yeah, the group is called the Cognomina,
Yeah.
not the Infinite.
That's something they don't explain. Can they still die from old age?
Yes, you see that in a flashback. That he actually, again, Evan in the movie has lived multiple
Yes.
lifetimes.
I mean, the earliest we see him looks like it's like because you see that looks like a tribesman with a sling,
Or a
which
Native American or
yeah,
something.
cause so he's at least lived like 500 years or
Definitely. But you see in
reincarnated.
those flashbacks that he is, in one very short one, an old guy who like sleeps next to an old lady, and it looks like they're like this is how he died, and then he passed on to the next life. Because
Oh,
that's the only
okay.
thing you see.
Maybe I
So I'm
blinked.
guessing that's how he
Yeah.
died. Yeah, you blink and you miss it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed that. Okay.
And then again, when they show Bathurst, how many times he's lived, he's been like a Viking and shit.
Mm.
He's been something that looks like one of the orcs from Warcraft movie.
Yeah. We saw him several. He had several
Yeah, but like when they
lifetimes.
made him like walk,
Yeah,
did
yeah,
you
yeah.
see that? He like morphed into one of the orcs.
Yeah, he looked very weird in one. Yeah, I know.
Like, what the
I was
fuck?
like, maybe he was like a Cro-Magnon or something.
I guess.
He was a
Then
Stone
he's
Age
lived
man.
longer,
Yeah.
probably.
Um.
They all act like Mark Wahlberg's character is the one who's like lived the longest and like figured it all out the best,
Yeah.
except for in this
No,
incarnation,
I think it's just because he was the one that actually stole the egg.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Because they all treat him like a leader, and like he's
Yeah.
not.
No, he didn't feel like it. Um. It feels like we're all over the place with this one. We,
Yeah.
we we usually say that.
This movie is kind of all over the place, to be honest.
Yeah, but yeah, we should explain that the egg is something that Bathurst has built. The bad guys built a machine, or they don't really explain it. But
Probably magic of some sort, to be honest.
yeah, I don't know.
Because that's also something they very, 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 very minimally
They very
introduce.
briefly touch on that if you live long
Twice.
enough, you start like getting powers beyond like human abilities.
You're bending like time or something. It seems like.
Something. The one we see seems to be like you can make air flow through you.
Yeah, or just not affect you.
Yeah.
But
So that
Treadway
Mark
tries to do
Wahlberg can
something.
walk on an airplane wing.
Yeah, and Treadway manages to like fly off a car up into the crane somehow. And
And
that's also something he does with his hand through the window. I
yeah,
don't know.
and that's the only time we see that. And I guess Bathurst can sort of dodge bullets. That's about it.
Yeah.
He's super fast. No one else shows any sort of powers like that.
No.
So I don't know.
That's
But
that's also something they could have just cut out because that's probably a cool detail in the book, but it's
no,
definitely
I
not.
thought I thought they needed more of that.
Well, yeah, either more or nothing.
Because when he starts walking on the wing of the plane, and he has a samurai sword, I'm like, oh look, it's an anime. Now I get it. It should have just been like an anime all the time with them jumping and flying and sword fighting. But it's only that short period of time in the movie.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Bathurst, he's tired of reincarnating, because
Yes.
instead of like usually, when you're reincarnated, you start remembering stuff in like your teens.
Yeah.
Is what they explain. Most people start remembering things in their teens. Right? They remember who they were before.
Yeah.
But for Bathurst, it's instant. The second he's reincarnated, he starts remembering his past lifetimes
In the womb.
in the womb. As soon as he has a brain that can function, he remembers things. So he's like,
all of it. Basically.
he is like sentient. He is aware of his surroundings for like months in the womb.
And then you're born, you can't do shit, and you still know how to like make a sword.
Yeah, so he has to wait until he's like 3 to start
languages.
actually walking around and talking. Yeah, which I can see that
That's
probably
annoying.
sucks. But his solution is to destroy all life on Earth, because if there's no life for him to be reincarnated into, he's gonna be dead. So he's built this egg. Which I guess magic, because what it does is that it affects your DNA strains.
Like the snap, though.
It's the snap effect from Infinity War, yeah. Because it breaks down the DNA strands in every living thing, including animals and plants. I mean everything.
Yes.
And
turns it into ash, basically.
Yeah, it turns it into ash. So.
The little thing we see of it makes it look like it creates a black hole. And just sucks everything in.
No.
It looks like it.
No, that's just a shockwave, just for effect.
I guess.
Yeah, because it's supposed to affect DNA strands, but that shockwave made buildings start to crumble as well. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That was just a rendering that they showed. Yeah, that they showed him. I don't know, but I don't know, because buildings don't have DNA, so.
No.
I don't know why it would affect buildings. Anyway,
well, whatever.
So
he wants to destroy the world.
Yeah,
because he's, like you said, if he can't be reincarnated into anything else or anyone else, then he's finally gonna be dead for real.
Yeah,
gets peace, I guess.
Yeah, and you know what? I can understand that. It's a very drastic solution, but I can see why he wouldn't care. Many times that he has lived.
There's a plot hole in that.
Yeah?
Because he has also created some sort of bullet that captures souls.
That's not the same thing. Because they talk about that, and that is like worse than torture, they say.
True. But I mean, if he just wants to not be reincarnated, there you go.
But his consciousness is still alive and trapped inside of that chip.
Yeah.
So that's like being in the womb forever.
Yeah, well.
That's why it's so horrible, and why we need when they find all their the captured souls, as they call it. That's why they destroy them, because people are just stuck in there.
Yeah, but when they destroy them, they free the souls so they can be reincarnated again.
Yeah.
So I just thought they wanted them to come back to life. I didn't realize that they were like tortured.
Yeah, but he explains it. It's like your soul is captured in there. It's like a mind without a body and not being able to move anywhere. Otherwise, why wouldn't he just shoot himself in the head? But
yeah, that's what I was thinking, like the entire movie.
And that's what they call the dethroner.
Yeah,
because it's a bullet that specifically pulls out your soul or your consciousness.
Why hasn't instead of like finding the egg, just get one of those guns, those bullets, and shoot him, and you're done? Because no one else is gonna chase the egg. It's only him.
Yeah. Well,
even though his henchmen, they don't care that much.
Yeah. I think
they don't have this problem, as far as I understand.
I don't know.
That would have been the easy way out. It wouldn't have.
That would have been the easy way out. Just like, instead of trying to get Mark Wahlberg to remember, they should have just killed him and waited for the next reincarnation to remember.
Yeah, because he
Sure,
was.
it would have taken some time, but if he's dead, neither Bathurst or the Nihilists or the Infinites, cannot find the egg anyway. So let's just wait for
No.
14 years until he
Until
remembers and
the
meets
new
them at the
reincarnation.
place. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he can just
Or
tell,
at
oh,
least
it's over there. But
done.
no, instead we have to find out now before Bathurst does. But just shoot him.
Yeah. And Bathurst had no way of understanding or finding that out until he spied on Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
So weird. So strange.
I don't know.
But yeah. This movie and the story in general definitely have a lot of plot holes.
A lot of plot holes. And like we say, it's a lot of borrowed ideas from other movies and comic books and stuff. Like the biggest one, or the three big ones for me at least, was Highlander, which is also about a bunch of immortal warriors who have to protect the world. A movie that came out last year, I think, called The Old Guard. You remember the Netflix movie with Charlize Theron, who also had Chiwetel Ejiofor in the movie as a sort of bad guy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Or he's working for the bad guy, but I think he turns into a good guy in the end or something.
I don't remember.
And then, of course, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Because it's the whole thing like, oh, by training you, you will remember your ancestors' memory or your past lives' memories, which is exactly what they do in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
They like
the drowning tank kind of looked like.
It looks like an animus. Yeah. And their cool training facility was all sleek looking, like in the original Assassin's Creed. So there, I think it's so weird now that we've had 2 Immortal Warriors movies in 2 years.
Yeah.
Old Guard and this, that are they're basically the Highlander story told again, but in a different way, but sort of.
Or so, I guess that's just people being old.
Yeah.
Well, this one is incarnation.
Sure,
difference, but not really.
And at the same time, they're working on a remake of Highlander. And I talked about this. Why did I talk about this? It must have been last year when I talked about the Old Guard. That the Old Guard is basically a better Highlander than making a Highlander remake.
Yeah.
And then now they're doing this. I don't know if that's it's a pattern. Like, oh, Immortal Warriors are cool.
It feels kind of like when the YA novels about dystopian futures kind of have a thing. Now you're doing all the immortals and reincarnation. That's gonna do a thing now.
I mean, it's even in the last Star Wars movie when they say a 1,000 generations of Jedi live in you now.
Yeah.
And she channels all the power of the Jedi combined in the end. Did I mention to you that I actually watched that movie?
Yeah, you did.
I finally watched it.
I don't remember if I actually watched it.
You saw it in the cinema!
I don't remember it. It was that bad. I've blocked that from my memory.
It's the one where the Emperor comes back. The last Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker.
When we talk about Star Wars, all I think about are the original 3 and the
prequels.
Second 3, the prequels. Everything past that is a no. It doesn't exist to me.
Oh, okay. I thought you were a fan.
No.
Oh, okay. But you still went and saw them.
Yeah, because when there was only them, I liked it. But then they started doing all the extras and all the series and all the goddamn in-between things. It's like Marvel.
Well, yeah,
whatever. That has nothing to do with this movie.
No, definitely. I just wanted to mention that I finally saw The Rise of Skywalker. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it was pretty bad.
But yes, there seems to be some sort of surge of immortals being a thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm mad about it. I kind of like that.
I just find it funny that they've made 2 pretty similar movies in 2 years, and they're working on a remake of the original Immortal Warrior movie.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Odd. Wait. Or am I thinking of didn't they make... Wait. Pretty sure they actually made... Because there is an anime about an immortal warrior. I mean, there's probably several, but one that
Yeah.
is recognizable.
I think we've talked about that too, actually.
Oh, that was 2017. Okay, so it was a while ago. But
You know, it could have started back then and, build up till now.
yeah, because Takashi Miike made a movie adaptation of Blade of the Immortal, which is an anime or a manga. Sorry, a manga. Oh right, I was thinking of another because that's a Netflix thing. They made Ronan Kenshin movies, but he's not immortal. But same thing. Blade of the Immortal.
Yeah.
So yeah, it started back then. Well, not started back then, but it's been a thing now for a few years.
Yeah. I'm not mad about it. I like the concept. I think reincarnation is cool. The whole thing about it, and I do think what they use here is kind of cool, that you remember past skills and all that. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's true. I want to mention that you sent me the website for the guy who wrote the book.
yeah. The
On the
reincarnationistpapers.com.
no, ericmicrons.com.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not the
He
one I
has
sent you, but no,
no, but you
okay.
get sent to that one basically
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
click
yeah, yeah.
anything.
Sure, yeah, yeah.
That one has a page called Past Life Stories, where he asks people to write in what they believe might be one of their past lives.
Yeah.
And there's a few. Some of them are just pure bullshit, and some of them are too long to be like, no, you didn't. No, this is just a story you're written because you want to be a storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't sound like something that actually happened to you, because it began in 1992 with a sudden pronounced pain in the cartilage just under my Adam's apple. No.
Okay.
Not how you recall a memory. That's how you tell a story. Or I was born in Chestertown, Maryland, from an American father and a Peruvian mother. At age 2, my parents divorced. Like, stop! You're telling me a story. You're not telling me a memory.
Uh-huh.
That's more than you need.
Yeah.
But then there's short, like bullshit. Like, it's like deja vu. I was in the car with my grandparents, and we was passing this bridge, and I'm like, I've been here before. Yeah, that's deja vu. Everyone has that.
Yeah.
That's not reincarnation. They haven't proved it, at least.
No. Yeah.
So,
But then there is another thing on his webpage or his homepage, his webpage, called research. I don't know if this is real. I haven't looked into it, but it looks pretty because there are links to the actual papers.
and there are a bunch of books and like, what's it called, doctorations, whatever it's called, written about reincarnation and like ancestral memory. That's a thing.
Okay. Yeah, because here he
that people
mentions. Yeah, he mentions the University of Virginia's. Excuse me, University of Virginia's Division of Perceptual Studies,
Yeah.
which explores phenomena related to consciousness clearly functioning beyond the confines of the physical body,
Yeah.
as well as phenomena that are directly suggestive of survival of consciousness after physical death. At
Yeah.
blah 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 blah, Med Virginia Education Perpetual Studies, University of Königsberg, and Dr. Carlton's ongoing research into the cognomina. That's where he gets the name
Yeah.
from. In
It's
German
thing.
now, but with English translation. And then there's also the Samsara Center for Reincarnation Studies. That sounds familiar, though. The Samsara Center. Have I
I
read this
think
before?
Assassin's Creed is also based on that stuff, partially.
No.
I believe specifically.
Wait.
the Samsara Center.
Wait. This might be fake. Because when I
But
went,
I do know that there is research about it, though.
sure, but here I went to the Samsara Center's homepage, and the latest project updates are one for Soba Pucha, which is a follow-up session on the case of Soba Pucha of Chennai, a girl of 6 who claims to be the incarnation of Jiriya Gupta, who drowned while assisting her husband Siddhi while fishing. The second project they have on their updates page is one about Evan Michaels, the character from the book.
But maybe he based it on that dude and kept the name.
Where it says Evan Michaels / Cognomina case. We're currently working with Dr. Fritz Carlton a colleague at the Department of Personality Studies, University of Königsberg, to validate the past live memoir of Evan Michaels, titled The Reincarnationist Papers, and to further investigate the existence of the Cognomina, an underground organization of other individuals remembering past lives. Latest details under case studies. Okay, so I think it's...
Maybe that part's fake then.
I think it's fake.
But I do know that there are people researching ancestral memories and stuff. That's something that happens, and people do believe in reincarnation in that sense that you can remember your past lives. I mean, there are studies trying to prove that the deja vu is memories from a past life, or like birthmarks are where you died or how you died in a past life.
Yeah. Samsara, yeah, it is an actual thing. Samsara, it's the word that means world in Sanskrit, or samsara. No, yeah.
It's also a hairdresser in Sweden.
Oh, okay. And I'm wondering, could it be? No, maybe not. I'm just thinking, do they mention Samsara in The Empty Man? Maybe not, but it sounds familiar.
They do talk about reincarnation in that one as well.
Yeah, so maybe that's from there. Anyway, that's a good movie. People should check that one out instead. Check out our episode about it and our commentary.
Samsara comes from Sanskrit and means to I'm trying to translate it directly because mine is in Swedish.
Yeah.
To like meld or pass through different stages or to wander.
Yeah. So I'm wondering
if... it's a lot of like Asian religions have it.
Yeah. Cognomina.
But again, I do know that the research is something that actually happens. People do believe this shit. I'm not gonna put it past that it might be possible. You don't know. But there's no...
When you search for Cognomina, just Google it.
Word?
Nothing comes up. You get cognomen. I guess the Latin plural of cognomen is cognomina.
Yeah.
And that means
together.
It was the third name of a citizen of ancient Rome. It was a nickname but lost purpose. What was okay? It's a name.
Con together with a nomen, which is name. So con name. Together name, I guess.
Yeah.
Which it's a group. Woo, cool.
And then you get from the Smithsonian Magazine 8 secret societies you might not know about. No, yeah, because they're secret, idiot. No one should know about them. See if we...
I think we've kind of wandered off here.
Yeah, sorry.
And to be honest, there's not a lot more to say about the movie. It's
no, yeah.
one of the pure dumb action movies. Yeah, if you don't look into it too much, if you don't care about the lore, watch it for the action, I guess.
Yeah, some of the action,
like
I said, the
plenty movies that has better action.
Much better action.
However, I have to say this, I don't care what you think. I thought the car chases in this movie was honestly better than the last Fast and Furious car chases.
No.
It felt more Fast and Furious than the last Fast and Furious.
I don't know. Check out our episodes on the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yes.
I don't know.
It might have been that I had a glass of wine or two with the movie as well.
You were drinking?
Yes. I'm an adult. I'm allowed to.
But on a Wednesday.
I was watching the movie. It's Lillördag.
Sure, yeah. I don't know. I thought the first car chase was fine. Pretty short and sweet, which I enjoyed. Then you had the one where they freed Evan McCauley in the beginning, or after that.
Yes.
That was... it was okay. Some obvious CGI stuff, which they could have done for real. Like the thing where they jump through the building over the cop car. That could have easily... Yeah. That entire thing was just... Not CGI, but... It was a composite. They filmed the cop car and the flying car separately and just They samsaraed it together.
Yeah.
It could have easily just been like they could have done CGI glass and then just have the car jump on a ramp over the cop car. That would have looked cooler because it would have been real.
Yeah.
But that one was fine. But then there wasn't much that stuck out until the very end when they're fighting in the airplane and then jumping out of the plane and fighting in the air. That was pretty cool.
Pretty
But
cool.
other than that, I don't know. The fight in the forest,
Yeah, okay, yeah, the force was a bit meh.
The fight between the bearded guy and Bathurst in the lab, it was fine.
Artisan's secret lab under his club.
Yeah.
That whole club scene, just like it's either Casino Royale or Black Panther.
Yes.
Also been done. Everything kind of felt like it's been done, and they just put different elements from different movies.
Oh
in
yeah.
it.
It turned into a James Bond movie that they were going to a casino to meet a shady character, and it was
And they were all dressed very nicely.
yeah, and it was an old school Mission Impossible movie in the beginning, became a modern Mission Impossible movie in the end. It was all just borrowed stuff that had been done equally as well or better in other movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say that it deserves. I don't know, because let's talk about score here, because it has a 28 out of 100 on Metascore or Metacritic, and at first I'm like, it doesn't deserve that, but
on IMDb.
huh?
5.4.
Yeah, user reviews. Yeah, I don't know if I would. I'm closer to a 28 than a 5.4, because there was nothing interesting, and the actual interesting plot is all spoiled by the voiceover.
Yeah.
And the trailer and the fact that we know everything in the beginning, and that most of the exposition is just that exposition. And it's this. I mean, think of a movie that has, because this is definitely a high concept movie. It's a high concept. Like, there are people that can reincarnate forever, and they learn things through their different lives, so they become masters. And there's a secret society trying to destroy the world. That's a high concept. So it's understandable that you have to explain some things, like in a sci-fi book or whatever, or a sci-fi movie. But then you think of a similar high concept movie like, say, Inception.
Ooh.
Which this reminded me of Inception as well from time to time. Just how it was so sleek looking.
I guess. Yeah.
But that movie, sure, you have the Ariadne character, the Elliot Page, don't want a dead name, Elliot Page.
Right. Yes.
Character who is going to help them to design some of the dreams.
Yes.
So they have to explain the whole dream concept. So you get a little bit of information there, but then the rest of the information and the rest of the character stuff is doled out throughout the movie. Even though
you
the
have
movie
more
is
of a show not tell. They let her, the character, experience it to understand it, instead of just having, in this case, would have been her telling us what she learned.
Yeah, exactly. And even though that movie is basically all action from the second they start the big Inception heist, they still have time to deliver information to us that doesn't feel too much like exposition dump. Here, we just get the middle of the movie is just a training montage and them all telling him what it's all about. Like, you have to remember this. This is the egg. This is the bad guy. This is our past life. This is your past life. This is where we store the body. Shut up.
Yes.
Until they get attacked and they have to run away. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, the user reviews are kind of good this time, because a lot of them are saying that it's an interesting concept, but it's not executed well. And a lot of people are saying the same thing I did. Why didn't he just shoot himself with one of the dethroners and be over? But we all obviously missed the details about it being tortured.
Because they still store you're fully conscious in there.
Yeah.
That's like being in a waking coma. No, you don't want to.
Yeah.
or like
buried alive.
Or like getting like some of the worst cases of cerebral palsy, when it's a fully functioning human stuck in a body that doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
it's buried alive.
yeah, no disrespect to people with CP, but that must be terrible.
Well, it's more like buried alive because you won't even be able
Yeah,
to see
buried alive.
things.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah, buried alive, or like complete paralysis,
yeah.
but worse.
Someone in the comments of that YouTube video I watched, I don't remember what he was called, the dude who had that channel. They said that this would probably be more interesting as a series where you can develop more characters, you can have more explanation about the magic part, which, yes, you have a lot of Netflix series nowadays which are magic and stuff.
Yeah.
So it would have fit into that shit. But I don't know if it would have gone well because I don't know if all of those series are actually doing well.
And I don't. Well,
We don't need another series though.
this is just me because I don't like TV shows. I don't like long format storytelling. At least not when it comes to visual storytelling. I don't mind like reading 3 books, but I'd rather watch one movie than a TV show. You know what I mean? Like
I know
books
that.
books
Yeah.
can be long, but a visual story should be like 2.5 hours at most.
Yeah, I
You know.
guess.
Anyway, like making this into a series, it would take as long as it took in here to explain the whole reincarnation thing. So then the rest of the series will just be filled up with secondary characters who they need to be fleshed out as well, but they don't.
Yeah, but then you could have had like reincarnations be episodes. You get to see Treadway in a couple of episodes, and then he dies and he reincarnates as whatever this dude's name was.
Yeah, but it would
Mark
still just
Wahlberg.
be it would still be just them looking for the egg, but different characters looking.
Yeah, well, they could have made up some other shit. To
Well,
have
you
this problem.
that show kind of already exists. Have you watched Altered Carbon?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's basically it, but you change
True.
body. Yeah. So it's already
Yeah,
been done.
whatever. True. It is. It has all been done. Everything in this movie has been done
Yeah.
in another way somewhere else. So
Yeah.
either watch a compilation, which is this movie, or you watch a bunch of other movies.
Yeah, so I don't think, because that's basically what TV shows boil down to. You have a concept that is enough for like a season, 2 at most, and after that you start inventing new stories for secondary characters because they need to be fleshed out as well. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if I've said this before on the podcast, but I've always said like a TV show is like struggling to find or struggling to continue when characters start falling in love and get married in the show. You're like, wait a minute, this has nothing to do with the story. Why are
Yeah.
you showing us this?
True.
Like I haven't even watched that, but I'm pretty sure there are at least one wedding in Supernatural, right? Am I right?
I haven't actually watched all of the seasons. I think there
okay.
is technically one, but it's a scam.
Oh, okay. All right. I just think because
However,
that show
in
went on
Supernatural,
for what, 16 seasons, 15 seasons?
yes, something like that. However, in that show, they do have they have incorporated the writer into the show, so he writes what's gonna happen next in the show.
What?
know? Yes.
Okay.
At one point. And I mean, God and the devil is everything, so that show's
Sure.
just crazy in general.
Sure, yeah.
Let's not try and talk about that one.
No. I don't even think I've seen one full episode, so I'm not going to talk about that. I just know that that's a show that went on for like 5 seasons more than the long.
Way too long.
Yes,
in general.
most shows go on for between 7 and 10 seasons.
Yes. Then,
then
you
you
have this
have-
one and Days of Our Lives.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Some, and I mean, you have Always Sunny in Philadelphia, who's on season 14 now, 15, and of course, animated shows go on for much longer, like The Simpsons or South Park, or I think Family Guy's done like way over 10 seasons.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, sorry. So yeah, I don't think this would be been a good show. But that's just me. But yeah, now we can talk about, because we'll go into user reviews and then we'll wrap this one up, because I'm
There's not a lot of user reviews though.
no, well, there's 600 user reviews.
Yeah, but like
Now,
interesting
yeah,
ones.
we won't talk about them all, but because we did this with the last episode, or the last Patreon exclusive episode, if you want to listen to that
Yes.
one, check us out. patreon.com/don't make a scene. Every week we do a Patreon-specific episode that ties into this free episode.
Links in the description.
Links in the description, yes. Wherever you're watching this, there's a link to Patreon. And on this week's Patreon-exclusive episode, we talked about a ghost story as a companion piece to last week's free episode, The Green Knight.
Yes.
And I think we both, in different levels, like that movie. Like
Yes.
I hold my opinion that it's one of the greatest movies, at least this decade. And you at least liked it.
Well, yeah, I said it's a movie you sort of have to see.
Yeah. What was interesting about that was that even though we're not like, or at least you aren't, a like stuffy, snobby critic, you're just a person who likes to watch movies. While I like to critique movies and pick them apart. And I guess that's started rubbing off a little bit on you since you started doing this podcast. But you're still,
when we're talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, you said in the beginning of this that you thought the movie was entertaining. This movie, so
it is entertaining. So
yeah, sure.
I can shut up my review, my critic mind, and just watch a movie. You can't.
I can sometimes, but this one it just failed me in the first seconds of the movie. So I was nope. Yeah. I'm gonna nitpick this shit out of this. But anyway, we talked about user reviews for a ghost story, and most of them, there were like some 8s, 9s, and 10s. So like 90% of the reviews were like 1s. And most of them said like, I couldn't give it a 0, but I wanted to.
Yeah, or like -7 should be an option.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's literally the title of one of them, I think. -7. And it was that movie, A Ghost Story. Even if you don't listen to our Patreon episode, I'll just tell you, like I said, one of the greatest movies, one of the most profound cinematic experiences I've had in my life. And I watch a lot of movies.
It's poetry in the pictures.
Oh yes, that is true art. That movie. Yeah. And so many people were just like, "No, this sucks."
It's like watching paint dry.
It's like like we mentioned then, it literally is in one scene, but that's a joke.
That's just one scene.
That's just one scene, yeah.
Not the entire movie.
But yeah, it's a slow-moving movie, but it's so introspective and so interesting, and it's so layered and beautiful, and oh my god. And then you get to a movie like this, which is the most shallow piece of shit you can find, just reminiscent of like the Transformers movies. It's trash.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with enjoying trash.
No.
But you have reviews like 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 5 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
A little lower ones, 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. You saw an 8 out of 10?
Yeah. The title is Just Chill, Sit Back, and Enjoy the Fun Ride. Shaking my head.
Here it is. Yeah, you'd think with the lack of choice in blockbuster films over this pandemic, people would be more appreciative once one comes out that is packed with action and fun and has an A-list cast, but no. Instead, everyone is comparing this film to other movies in disappointment. Who cares? Just turn your brain down, grab some popcorn and a bevy. That's
literally what I did, though.
Yeah, and sit back and enjoy the ride. Sure, some of the CGI wasn't great, but when a film has a budget, Wahlberg's salary? Yeah.
It is the same as Wahlberg's salary, probably.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure some cuts will need to stay within it. Sure. The 106-minute runtime flew by with perfect it was a little stressful here and there, I would say. Blah, 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 blah. Contrary to what the critics said, Fuqua's directing was spot on. Casting was decent, and Wahlberg, with all other cast, performed great.
Yeah. Most of them, at least.
Whichever film you plop,
had speaking roles.
Whichever film you plop Jason Mantzoukas in, he does not disappoint. That's true. The other guy playing the artisan, I like him.
Yes.
He was the best part of Brooklyn Nine-Nine once that show started falling apart. I wasn't impressed with the score. Yeah. It's a well-deserved 7 out of 5, round up to an 8. 7.5 round up to an 8.
But then just below you have What Did I Just Watch?
Yeah. Who wrote this? A 10-year-old? The screenplay is extremely amateur and childish, and the acting is equally horrible. Whoever told Marky Mark he could act should be slapped. could barely make it through half the movie.
Okay, that's a bit harsh.
That's a bit harsh. He can act when he has the right material and the right director.
Yes.
That isn't often, but he can act when he wants to.
He's not awful. He's
not
just
awful.
Needs a director that can direct him. But I think most of the actors did well. Like, none of them were bad. The ones that weren't doing much were kind of bad, but they didn't have anything to say or do, so whatever.
Yeah. Well, there actually are a lot of like 2 out of 10s and 1 out of 10s here. I'm glad. Yeah. 2 out of 10. What the fuck was this? Who sanctioned this? What a waste of time. Obviously try to turn it into a comedy as well. What? It wasn't
The
funny.
only good thing, another 2 out of 10. The only good thing is the song at the credits. Decent movie, too fast forward though, but has more holes in the plot than Swiss cheese. That's it. That's all. That's the entire review.
Okay. Well, at least not everyone bought this. And
Yeah.
I haven't looked into because it's on a streaming platform, so we don't know how well it made. But do we have a budget for it?
I didn't find one.
No. Well, since Mark Wahlberg was in it, unless he like took a pay cut, which I know he does for some projects. I know he took like the Actors Guild minimum wage for what's it called, Lone Survivor, but I don't think this was one of those kind of movies. So I'm pretty sure he like, yeah, I want my standard salary, which is what, I don't know, somewhere around $10 to $20 million. So it's probably a pretty big budget movie. And I can't imagine this like going over well. I hope not. I thought maybe a lot of people would watch it because it's Mark Wahlberg, but judging from these reviews, maybe not.
No, because I couldn't find a lot of like other YouTube videos about it. Most things that come up when you search it on YouTube is like clips and trailers.
Yeah, the trailer.
And Halo Infinite.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well. But no, I can't find the budget anywhere.
No.
It's a run-of-the-mill popcorn movie.
I thought it was below that. I thought it was really bad. Because of the ruined concept and it was so bland. It was boring. I mean, like I said, I contemplated skipping through some of the scenes just to get to the end. I don't usually do that.
Well, I liked it.
Yeah.
Enough to watch it as a Friday movie when you kind of check your phone at the same time.
No, see the thing, that's where we need to be more critical and scrutinize more. Like, why should anyone watch this when they could watch The Matrix or John Wick or The Old Guard? I'm
not saying you should watch this instead. I'm saying if you want to, watch it.
Yeah, but
you don't have to avoid it like the plague.
No,
like
but that's the thing.
Does.
You don't want to.
Maybe you do because you want to see Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, but when the movie's over, you're going to be disappointed. That's what I mean. So it's better to watch something else.
Well, I'm always going to say watch John Wick instead. So
yeah, watch John Wick instead.
That's
if you want to see Mark Wahlberg, I was going to say watch Transformers, but no, don't do that.
No.
The two he's in are terrible. I mean, all of them are pretty bad, but I mean, he's
Those
in
are the worst.
What action movies has he been in
lately?
The Netflix movie Spencer Confidential. That wasn't very good, but it was better than this. Check that one out instead.
Really?
Yeah. Rather that. Check out Patriots Day. That's a better movie. Check out Mile 22 was kind of boring. Check out Deepwater Horizon. Not really an action movie, but I thought it was really good.
That was really good. Yes.
And you have what's your
Dylan O'Brien's in that one. Dylan
O'Brien's in that one as well.
My what?
I don't know. Your hall pass. I don't know. Lone Survivor. Contraband is pretty good. But then he has some more drama movies, like The Fighter is really good.
Yeah, but we're talking action here.
Okay, watch the other guys then. I'm not even that big of a fan, but that's much better, much funnier than this.
Fine. You have a lot of others you could watch. I'm saying you could still watch this one.
And I say, watch The Old Guard.
let's
Watch Matrix.
Agree to disagree on this
Sure. Sure.
Because we've been at it for a while.
Yes. Well, yeah, we actually made it past
Past
an hour. Yeah, so what out of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
6.5 maybe. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's okay entertainment.
It has a cool fight in the end when the magic finally
Yes.
starts happening.
Yes.
The concept is interesting.
Yes.
The rest is bad. I'll give it a 2.
Jesus. Okay.
I'll give it a 3, just to be generous. 3 out of 10. So
Fine.
yeah, that's
it. That's the review.
that's the review. Yeah, I cannot in good conscience recommend Infinite. And I remember I told you that, like, when you said, "Oh, we should do Infinite," I was like, "Oh, really?
Are you sure?"
Yeah, because
Yes.
that trailer really put me off. Well, yep, that's it, I suppose. I mean, yeah, check it out if you want to, but I'm pretty sure you will be disappointed. So keep that in mind.
Maybe not.
But anyway, thank you so much for listening or watching this, if you're watching it on YouTube. We are available on YouTube, iTunes, Apple Podcasts,
Spotify.
Google Podcasts, Spotify, every major podcast platform. Check us out every Thursday. And of course, check us out on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene for exclusive episodes every Monday, as well as commentary tracks. Which we gotta make more of those. We haven't made one in a while. We should make like one a month, I think. There are early access to videos, exclusive videos.
You get to suggest or request movies we do a spoiler cast on.
Yes.
Old and new.
Old and new. Just tell us a movie and we'll do it. And
preferably somewhere you can watch it as well.
yeah, it's on YouTube.
No, but like the movie
Oh, of course.
that
Yeah.
you request.
Yeah, like not whole
So we
movies.
can
That
find
won't
it.
work. Yeah. And then you also get early access to my other podcast called Madness in the Method. So support that on Patreon as well for early access to that. Otherwise, you can find that on YouTube podcast, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, all major platforms. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. But until then, have a good one. Bye.